All right, welcome to my space. I'm doing pacing in my studio, I suppose. So some of you may remember this space, and that's right. I'm pacing in my room. This is where I live, and it's also my YouTube studio. So it's all Tanis-fied. This is the space I live in, and so my walking and talking today is pacing in a room and pacing in my room, and it's a reflection on the taste of honey and how it changed. When I had treatment for my ADHD. So today is Thursday, 4 June 2026 AD. I'm Tanis Sheeher of Seattle, and in 2013 I was diagnosed in office psychiatry, mild to severe ADHD, and medication was optional. And so I started taking medication, and I noticed that the taste of some things were kind of impacted by the medication itself. And so it was Adderall, and then I switched to the generic equivalent because the generic equivalent was like, $105 less for my monthly prescription. And so, yeah. And so I noticed that it kind of like, honey is a food that I don't necessarily eat a lot of because it's a bit sweet for my palate, and it was one of those ones that really just stood out. So I used medication 2013 to 2019 inclusive, and I've adapted like not using medication. I the big problem for me is the hyperactivity, so I need, like, exercise is really great, and just kind of I've worked through some of the battles I've had kind of my whole life, and I keep working on them. But I've really made progress, and so I don't use medication currently. It is optional anyway, and I'm functioning better than ever, so to speak. But I noticed, it's like, so I guess this is what I'm saying. I might not go back to it, but I do remember certain things about using medication as part of the treatment. And one thing I remember was honey was so sweet. I was like, it's normally sweet, but then like with the medication, it was like super sweet. I would get sweeted out of honey, and I was like, what the heck is this? And so like I would kind of notice like self-experiment with proximity to like my taking my medication, and sure enough, honey was sweeter with medication. And so like people who really love sweet foods, like they might get like sucked into a honey trap, so to speak, if they're taking the medication I took, or if they use it for recreational drug use or whatever. I'm aware, I've seen enough movies, read enough books that reference it, that like not everybody who uses what I used as a medication use it as a medication. So I'm aware. I'm woke in that capacity, but are they woke to their love of honey might actually just because of the drug/medication they use, and their sweet tooth. So it was like, it was a perk of my self-experimentation that I really focused in on my eating habits and stuff like that, and I was like, it's a self-experimentation thing, and like so I do pay attention to like kind of food impacts, taste, but also utility/function, that kind of thing. For my heart system is my cardiology self-experimentation. So that's a cardiology, a study of the heart, including the blood system, at least for me. And so I was like, there's one thing. I was like, can I, put that with like people who are sucked into a honey trap with like the food? Something analogous might be like Project Hail Mary. They're like, oh, I love it, like I can't get enough, that kind of thing. They don't quite know how to like satisfy their cravings or appetite. And so I was like, it was Project Hail Mary 2026 film that for me. And I was like, I would say, so if the author, Andy Weir, I think, is that a German name? Did he go, you have to like me, lady. I'll even get one of your guys to be in the movie. So he made like the Rock character about me because I have a Bachelor of Science and degree in geology and geophysics with a minor in mathematics. So he's like, you're the Rock, so I'm Rocky. Ryan Gosling is Grace. RG, Ryan Gosling, written in mind with this book, was written in mind with him in mind and you two in mind. And then there's like in the movie a female character who recruits the Ryan Gosling, Grace, named Grace, and then Rocky's the Rock. So reverse that, Rocky, Grace, RG, like Ryan Gosling. Anyway, so there's a woman in the movie who recruit Ryan Gosling for this science work, and she's German in the movie. And I was like, is that the author encrypting himself? See, it's a happy family, and like in the movie, the woman and the man don't end up together. The Ryan Gosling and the German woman. All right, and he ends up with the rock with the me. Per the movie, you know, as it ends, and. So it was like, so it's like we're a happy family, but you know, why would he choose German? Maybe we're is, or W, is it I or E, R? I don't know which one comes first. Like he's saying, but yeah, but I'm German. And so I was like, well, whether or not I'm German, I don't actually have prejudice against Germans. So it's like, we're a happy family, not a super honey sweet family, but a happy family. So in that sense, it's not my honey sweet taste, and science fiction in general was not amplified with my ADHD medication / treatment, medication treatment. So there we go. Thank you for joining me.